a place to live, work, and invest. Botswana, our pride, your destination.
Well, it's just gone 9 o'clock Central African Time. This is BTV News. We are broadcasting live from the nation's capital, Gaborone. I'm Udibile Samoka. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. Stanbic Bank releases 1 million Buddha to fund small businesses and startups. Government amends the Anti-Human Trafficking Act of 2014. Police 11 to face off UB Hawks in the quarterfinals of the Orange FA Cup. Toafa Taposa is interpreting in sign language. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Now in our first story, Stanbic Bank has released 1 million Buddha for funding small businesses and startups under the Toafa Youth Development Program. The bank's head of business and commercial banking, Mr. Leseho Osman, shared that the funding will be used to empower the youth, people living with disability and women-owned businesses. He said this at a signing ceremony for Memorandum of Understanding between Stanbic Bank and Toafa on Friday. Wami Khasudi.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of economies around the world as they contribute significantly to their growth. Stanbic Bank is one of the organizations that are unwavering in supporting government in its aspirations to attain a high and knowledge-based economy by 2036. Over and above the bank's 1 million Pula funding, entrepreneurs will go through intensive training to enhance their business acumen.
Honestly believe that future growth and us aspiring to reach high income status and drive the GDP growth that the country so greatly desires is going to be anchored by SMMEs. So as Stanbic Bank, we continue to look to find means and ways to support the SMME segment. That includes providing grants, providing loans, providing funding, providing mentorship, providing them with a facility such as our Accelerate, where they can come and conduct their business, conduct their meetings, network, and really grow their businesses. I think what you will find with Toafa and Stanbic is our vision, our goals are broadly aligned in terms of wanting to drive SMME growth, particularly amongst the youth and women.
Since its inception in 2014, Toafa Youth Development Program has successfully graduated about 1,200 young people, and the numbers are continually growing.
This program represents a beacon of hope, a testament to what can be achieved when public and private sectors join forces for the greater good. It encapsulates our belief in the power of human potential and commitment to turning that potential into palpable progress.
A lot of our youth are not able to access funding from the normal channels. You know, issues around security and issues around experience. Stanbic, they have come through to provide some seed capital to 12 of our youth that we have selected for this business plan competition. They've been through a 10-month training program where we were helping them to ideate, where we were helping them to come up with business plans. The first prize is going to receive 250,000. The second prize will receive 200,000. The third prize, 250. We have consolation prizes of 40,000 for each of the finalists.
The collaboration between Stanbic Bank and Toafa is envisaged to positively impact the growth of small businesses as well as promote socio-economic development. Wame Khasudi, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Minister for State President, who is also the Member of Parliament for Morepolole South, Mr. Kabo Moraeng, has urged Botswana will be in attendance of the burial of the 45 members of the ZCC St. Agnes, which will be held at the Morepolole Sport Complex tomorrow morning, to arrive on time in order for the proceedings to begin as planned. Minister Moraeng was speaking today during preparations for burial of the deceased. Jessica Biden.
Preparations for the mass burial of the 44 members of the ZCC Sentenkenas are well underway, and the proceedings for the burial service are anticipated to start tomorrow morning at Molepolle Sports Complex. According to Minister Morae, all the preparations for tomorrow's event are expected to be completed by midnight.
Maikelo magolo ke gore re gore ga mo stadium re bona manno a rona re nne hatsi re ntseng hatsi gore tirelo e simolla rotlhe re borele hano re na le tumelo le tsholelo ya gore tirelo e tla simologa ka nako e be wala ka nako mme ha re tsogano ra go mabitleng ga re solegele gore rotlhe re tsamaye re mabitleng mo stadium tsone se re tla re tsentse di screen gore batho ba ga rona ba ileng gore ba tla ba le hano ba sa mabitleng ba iletsa go bona phitlho ba tswelle ba lebe phitlho mo di screening tse di ha re tswa go mabitleng ga re boile mo stadium gore ga re tswa ko mabitleng ba malapa a harologanyeng ba tla bo ba dira sekwena sa gore go latolelwa ko malapeng ba tlo ba go latola ko magabone.
However, the Minister and Head of All General for ZCC Sentenkenas in Botswana, Mr. Ureditse Molebatsi, says preparations at the church are also progressing well, and they're expecting mourners from the ZCC branches locally and outside the country.
Bataka di base ya ka ba gaborone ba letse ba simolotse go taka di base ya lo maabane me go tswa ka ko South Africa go kereke tholegang teng e laolwang teng go rometswe baruti ba ka nna 30 masome a mararo yo mongwe mo go bone ele yo emetseng boeteledipele ba kereke.
As Botswana from across the country are expected to attend the burial service in large numbers, the police have also confirmed the deployment of more police officers around Molepolole for security reasons and also to help in controlling traffic in the village.
Wa go fitlhela gona le mapodisi go teng go tabe go le mo mafuding a rona le mapodisi gore ra go sala re tlhokometse dikoloi tse le sepe se leng gore se ka tswa se le mo teng re kope mo bakweneng ka kakaretso gore go nne le tirisano mmogo mme se ke sa gakologelwang ke gone gore kana ba getso ra itse thulaganyo ya gore. Tomorrow,
the deceased members of the ZCC will be laid to rest, and mourners are urged to be cooperative to ensure a dignified burial for the deceased. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Molepolole.
The Assistant Minister for State President Ms. Boitumelo Kgofamodimo says the role of journalism is critical, especially in environmental challenges that the world faces as journalists disseminate information that is needed for public consumption. She said this at the World Press Freedom Day Commemoration Summit organized by MISA Botswana. Tirma Kweng was there.
As the world celebrates World Press Freedom Day, MISA Botswana organized a summit for relevant stakeholders to interact and come up with solutions that can bridge the gap between the stakeholders and the public with regards to environmental issues.
The theme resonates deeply with the challenges we face as a global community today. The environmental crisis we face is not a distant threat. It is a stark reality confronting us all, from rising temperatures and extreme weather events to biodiversity loss and pollution. The signs of environmental degradation are all too apparent.
Issues of climate change and pollution, amongst others, are some of the environmental challenges that need to be mitigated.
Our world is grappling with issues of deforestation, desertification, global warming, and pollution. Scientists have reported 2023 as the hottest year on record, and signs indicate that 2024 could rival it.
It is important that the media act with integrity and stand in solidarity.
We stand for enhancing the standard and quality of life of people of Southern Africa. We stand for peace and security in our region, and we support socially disadvantaged people through regional integration.
Reflection on the rights of the press freedom is important, as that can help improve journalism within the region. Terry Makhoeng, BTV News, Gaborone.
Government has amended the Anti-Human Trafficking Act of 2014 to ensure it is in line with evolving trends in human trafficking. This move demonstrates the country's commitment as a signatory to the UN Convention Against the Transnational Organized Crime. Mamusi Siska.
Human trafficking and migrant smuggling has become significant global issues, requiring serious attention. Botswana, like many other countries, is also affected by these crimes, although the number of cases is relatively low. A new amended act proposing harsher sentences is being considered to address this.
Mo molaong wa rona wa go lwantsha kgweba ka batho e ska ya re motho a bone molato e ra tlholwa go go nna le gone gore go ka nna le kakanyo ya gore kana moatlhodi a mo akanyetse go mo atlhola madi go ska ga nna le gore motho a tlhole go bo go sagelwa go thoko ka tlholo ya e lebisitsweng. Re ntshitse gore motho o ka ya tronkong kgotsa o ka duela molao jaanong wa re o ya tronkong ga godimo ga mo a ba ka duela.
Recently signed the Africa Free Continental Trade Area e leng gore e letla go gobisanya ka dikgwebo le dithoto mme kana dithoto di tsamaisiwa ke batho maka o itse mo mesepeleng we have to protect the human rights and we have to protect people who are on the move batho ba ba tsamayang le dithoto tseo.
The ministry continues to implement the 5-year National Anti-Trafficking Plan to combat these crimes.
Ano ga re ngwa ka babeletsana re tsenye leitho gore ba ba tang ba thapiwa ba ba tswa ba mahasasele a bile re ba taka bo bone ka thato ya bone se ka dikgantsa gore ba dile ba trafficking seo ke se sentse re se tsenye leitho thata ga re lebile dikgantsa foreign direct investment.
Re tshwanna ke gore yaanong re emele batho ba rona ka botswa pelo re reporte dilo tse di tabong di diragala tse di sa nang sente gape le gone go itsise ba rena leng bone gore re ba rutuntshe gore nako le nako ga o leng teng le nne le tlhokometse ka ke le tlhokomelang bana ba lona go se ka ga nna le sepe se se diragale ka tsamayo se siama.
Ke le ba Botswana as a corridor ya gore ba hitisiwa teng ka gore batho ba soletswa dikgangkwa mahatseng a seletse di harologane mme gangwe le go wela go leba gore itsholelo ya rona ya ka re lebile mahatse ka go harologana a one a re ka kayang Zimbabwe, Zambia, mang o itela re le botoka e le gore batho ya ba kgona go traffickelwa kwa go rona.
Currently, the police have reported 6 cases of human trafficking, including one involving 40 migrants suspected to be from Ethiopia. They were caught traveling in a truck at Mosha Gate near Nata village, en route to South Africa. To control these crimes more effectively, the police plans to establish a special unit dedicated to these crimes. Mamusi Siska, BTV News, Silebe Pigwe.
Village Magistrate Court in Gaborone yesterday granted bail to murder-accused person Captain Waroka Kaloka, who is a Botswana Defence Force officer. Kaloka is facing a charge of the murder of his girlfriend, Mohatse Seno, 2 weeks ago at Block 9 location in Gaborone. Unkutlile Tamaki.
The investigating officer's report has revealed that 31-year-old Mohatse Seno's lifeless body was found by Gaborone West Police in the bush at Block 9 Gaborone on the 15th of April this year. The police then rushed the body of Mohatse Seno, who is a former police officer, to the hospital where she was certified dead by the doctors. Investigations were launched and the police proceeded to arrest Botswana Defence Force soldier Captain Waroka Kaloka, who was Mohatse Seno's boyfriend. Kaloka is the key suspect in the case. The accused Captain Waroka Kaloka, aged 33 years, who is charged with a single count of murder, appeared before Village Magistrate Court this morning for mention. The state prosecutor informed the court that investigations are ongoing and that they have reached an agreement with the defense attorney Offense Kumomotsi to grant the murder accused bail. The prosecutor told the court that the bail conditions require the accused to pay a sum of 2,000 pula and fine 2 sureties who shall bear bind themselves with an amount of 2,000 pula each and also report fortnightly at Gaborone West Police Station. The accused is also required not to tamper with ongoing police investigations. The court then granted the accused Koloka bail and ordered him to appear before court on the 30th of July this year. Unkutlethamage, BTV News, Village Magistrate Court, Gaborone.
The government of Japan has granted Botswana a sum of more than $400,000 of emergency funds to support drought relief projects in the Ngamenet district. The Japanese ambassador to Botswana, Mr. Omori Setsu, says the emergency grant will be used to provide much-needed assistance to families facing severe impacts of drought. Speaking during the launch of the project in Shakawe village, he said the intention is to improve food security in the region. Dumisang Kelatlile with more details.
United Nations Development Programme last year August proposed the formation of project to the government of Japan at the time when Botswana government declared the year 2022-2023 a severe arable drought year. Therefore, the financial support from Japan will provide for affected people who are in urgent need of assistance to boost their socio-economic recovery.
The direct beneficiaries of this project total over 2,000 people, and the indirect beneficiaries will reach almost 20,000 people. This is approximately 10% of the population in the affected areas. And we believe that this project will benefit those who truly need assistance. Finally, today's launch is an excellent opportunity for us to reconfirm Japan's commitment to the health and well-being of the people of Botswana. We will continue to work on the concept of human security and with the objective of leaving no one behind.
The UNDP Country Office aims to enable Botswana to sustainably use and actively manage its diverse natural resources, including the beautiful Okavango, improve food security, and effectively address climate change vulnerability. This involves strengthening the capacities of communities in Botswana to implement sustainable agricultural management strategies and to increase the number of farmers implementing climate-smart agricultural principles and techniques in non-irrigated crop production.
The partnership with the government of Japan is expected to be maintained beyond the project.
Promoting partnerships remain critical for Rona Botswana. I would like to commend UNDP and the Embassy of Japan for extending assistance to the Okavango district. Through the partnership, the district will be expected to maintain the collaboration beyond this project. As I close, let me reiterate that the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development remains committed to working with development partners to forge ahead in implementing our National Vision 2036.
The project will be implemented by UNDP in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and other related ministries. Food packages were handed over to 2,000 households in urgent need of the assistance on the day of the project launch. Dumisang Kelatilwe, BTV News, Shakawe.
Botswana's tourism sector, through the evolving wildlife game farming practice, is steered towards sustainable transformation with a unique blend of conservation, agriculture and economic diversification. Leveraging on the enabling policies, citizens are positioning themselves to occupy a leading role in this space. One of them is Mr. Charles Shashani of CNS Gardenex in Palapi. Details on the story by Karabo Mulisi.
The wildlife game farming is making a positive mark in the country as a re-engineered sustainable agricultural practice and modern-day treasure, carving out value chain opportunities across various industries. The practice has brought this tourism service inland.
Mo phologolong ke ha se kai tshepe le nngwe hela ke boelwa ke goreng ha ke bolaile so santha ke rekisa nama ya yone ele ya peilweng sa bobedi ke kgona go dira di biltomo ele di gwapa sa boraro letalo la tsone la sugiwa ke a le rekisa le go ntse ke madi ke na le dipoelo mo go tsone go na le go mo go teng trophy hunting so ke tsone tse leng go ne tsa dira gore ke tsana mo kgwebong yone ya diphologolo.
We are licensed ka ha molao go rekisa nama ya diphologolo tse re evidence. We have a supplier. We debone it and then package it and put it in the built and dry machine. It takes about 24 hours to dry, and then from there we shred it and package it into these small bags, which then we then sell to individuals.
While creating and sustaining the entire ecosystem of wildlife breeding in controlled environments, this burgeoning sector shapes the traditional conservation efforts, balancing the scales with the economic potential of these natural resources.
Le family ya ka ke a itshetsa ha ke tsena ha ke ne ke sa itse go apa size 30 me kana go aga mpieko ke a itse gore kuka ma ke a tsenya mo size 30 then e be ke swa emma e be ke take re rekisetse di customer tsa me.
It's a very good place. The game meat tastes very nice. The swimming pool, the vibe, the place itself is very good, to be honest. It's along the highway also, which is very convenient.
With proper management, the evolving practice of wildlife game farming also presents a practical solution to poaching and habitat loss to secure the future of wildlife conservation and associated value chain opportunities. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Palape.
You're watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now, moving on, a series of major projects are on the horizon for the Bobonon constituency. The construction of a 70-bed hospital and the Tune water supply to Motlabaneng, Lepokole, Mabolwe, Kobajango and Semolale are to be implemented during the current financial year. This was revealed during a consultative quarter meeting with the area member of parliament, Mr. Taulo Lucas, in Bobonong. Karabo Mulusi.
The planned construction of a primary hospital will alleviate the residents' concerns over the existing one, which they have over the years lamented that it is small, old and dilapidated. The anticipated allocation of the 972 plots has also been confirmed.
Ya sepatela ke buditse ka yona makgetho a le mantsi mme le kgetho ka 2022 ha ke botsa ka yone ne gote ha ke a dirwa ka gore ga gona madi mme ka gore ga gona madi re ta isa go NDP 12 mme ka bo ke boeletsa potso mo parliament ya budget e be ile gore ya no ke tlhalosediwa gore ya no e ta dirwa mo pakeng yone ya madi so re lebogela gore project eo le yone ya bua
sepatela se le gore na le plot le certificate ya teng se koma lepane ke 25 hectares mme ke gone go ile gore go do go agiwa sepatela se ja teng ke batla go ruhatsa gore na le certificate ya teng re kwaletse mokwalong e le gore re receive ka di 3 tsa ga April o supang di kgaolo ka go harologana gore sepatela kwa se go agiwa se agwa ke company
re solohetse ditsha ya ka ne le utwa mo parliament a heta ka yone ko sharashara re santse re le mo goreng di e go approviwa but ko surveys ko serwe ba setse ba ikgaogantse ba dirile di team ba re supegeditse gore mo go ya bobonong team re hilwe team B e ta tsaya 42 days.
The residents have appreciated the livestock restocking exercise, applauding the government and its stakeholders' effort in the fight against cattle rustling between Botswana and Zimbabwe.
o setse ba amogetse kgomo di 75 tsatsi eno ba amogela di 174 go raya gore target ya bobono ya o tlo hiwang go tlo abiwa dikgomo di 634 go ka wela ka di 18.
Other projects on the pipeline are the construction of the Plot Jan Matatane Todd Road and the primary school in ZCC. Furthermore, the residents were encouraged to utilize government programs such as Chema Chema and the Moletlotlo to improve their livelihoods. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Bobonong.
The Member of Parliament for Letlhakane, Lepepe, Mr. Leikat Kabli, has encouraged residents of Mosha in his constituency to utilize government programs such as the Moletlotlo, Chema Chema, Tuoletlotlo, and others which are aimed at improving their lives. He said this recently when addressing a Khotla meeting in the village. Jessica Pilen.
As it is the nature for the area member of parliament to often visit the constituents, Mr. Kabli visited residents to note down their grievances as well as to inform them about government's commitments and achievements.
Mo mathateng a ditagi bo cocaine bo katse bo metokwane gore bana ba rona ba gaetso bontsi ba bone ba itsentse mo dilontshe. So ko parliament re ba kantse molao le molao ra dira le kalana le lengwe la sepodisi le le tabe di itebagantse le bone batho ba ba rekisang ditagiba le tabe di itebagantse le bone batho ba ba jang ditagiba bana le bogole ba gaetso ba ntse ba lela ba potsa dipotso di le dintse gore goromente o ba beile ha kae re na le policy ya banana le gore banana go kwadilwe mo te gore banana ba ka thusiwa jang. The
MP also advised these residents to register and make use of government schemes aimed at uplifting their lives.
Ke gore bana gore mente ba ga etswa le nano le la temo le toto go nna le manano le tshwana le la chema motswana chema o senke botshelo.
The residents were also offered an opportunity to voice out their concerns regarding their village.
Tsela ya pavement ya rona se ya betso mongwe la ga isisi mo me gone e bonye mongwa wa monana wa kwana Moshawe go sa inetswe re re bigile matlo a mabedi malwa gore na re ha sa hendile botsadi a batho ka kwa
ha rena kolo ya clinic e sa le nyela ga kitso reka ha ne sa go tokolo ya gayo morahi one o itse gore ne se o kgona go ba thusa o ka ba thusa ja kolo isio
re o ke ditse madi a botsogo gore di clinic tsa rona re ta go direkela di ambulance ke ya ka minister a buile
On other issues, the residents were informed that their request for a hospital in Letlhakeng has been granted, adding that the construction will be carried out this year. This aims to ensure that residents have access to medical care without difficulty. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Mosha.
Representatives of UNDP and the Embassy of Japan, accompanied by government stakeholders, recently toured the Kotakai cluster farm, which consists of 103 farmers. This follows financial assistance provided for the farm by the Japanese government. Tani Sukudi with the details.
Kwatakai cluster, who are practicing dry farming in the Okavango district, had long appealed for assistance of developments like water supply to be used at their farm, which can last for the whole year without breaking in between during plowing seasons. Farmers believe that this will mitigate the effect of severe droughts to the farmers and improve the production within the Okavango region.
This cluster, as you can see, is mainly on dryland farming. Even though we are neighboring the river, we only do dryland farming here. So we propose that if funds are available, we want to see this farm being used throughout the year. Like I'm saying, it's a drought year this year, but our farmers are all out of the village. So we want to see this farm operating throughout be here.
Kotaka Cluster Chairman, Mr. Dukumbiro Makaiko, said all the much needed developments are vital to help improve farming within the area. We would like to be assisted. We would like to continue plowing the whole year, even when the plowing season is over. I'm here to applaud the government for this assistance, but we would like to continue plowing the whole year. The government should assist us more than here. After visiting and witnessing dry land within the Kotakaya farm, the UNDP and Japan representatives pledged to assist the farmers.
I fully understand that you want to do irrigation, and you're right, the water is right next door. Please consider doing a type of irrigation which is concentrated at the roots of the plants, not just spraying out water everywhere, because that can have negative consequences further down the river.
In 2016, EcoExist assisted the government by installing the electrified fence to distract elephants. Taini Chukudu, BTV News, Mohembo.
Member of Parliament for Kanye North, Mr. Thapelo Letsholo, has employed residents of Lotlhakane East to take an active role in cleaning up their village. Speaking during a cleanup campaign in the village recently, Mr. Letsholo highlighted that a clean environment can assist in reducing the spread of diseases. Kisogofetse Makwinja and Tato Ran.
The area MP appreciated the residents for taking part in the cleanup campaign, further urging them to make it a habit to take care of their environment and not just clean up during campaigns.
Wa lebega gore gongwe go botlhokwa gore se mole go tsenya thuto e tseneletseng mo batswaneng ka kakaretso mme gongwe segolo bogolo mo baneng le go dikweleng le eng gore ba itse gore ga go a siama gore ha hetsa go ja digaugau kana a hetsa ispopo yo kana lekere yo ya ejang a ba latlhela hela ha lenteng go batla re ba rotloetsa re ba rute gore ba tlhabiwe ke ditlhong mme le rona hela mo gae re nne le mowa one wa gore ha ke le mo lwapeng ke se ka leba go ntle ga lwapa la me go le matlakala ke be ke tlogela hela ke re go go ntle ga jarata ya ka ga ke re sepe ka gona jaanong ke re rotloetseng le ba bang gore cleanliness is next to godliness.
Eka bona ne re tsamaya le lona yana le kgonne go lemoga gore gona le matlakala a mantsi o tlhokana le phepahatso e dilong gompieko ke la ntlha e direga ra go tsamaya re sala matlakala mo dikgaolong tse tsotlhe ka o itse gore Kanye East e na le dikgaolo re na le bo molapao ja re na le bo diabo re na le bo mahikana bo moshana mme ra go tsamaya re sala hela ya le go itlhela be re helletsa dikgaolo tse tsotlhe.
MP Letsholo went on to attend the annual horse racing event, which attracted 30 jockeys across the country and managed to raise 70,000 pula, of which 60,000 pula was set aside as prize money for the jockeys and horses, and the remaining 10,000 pula reserved for logistics.
Tumelo ke gore ha motshameko o ntse o gola ja ka re bona o gola jana gore ka moso le kgwebo tseo le tsone di ka gola se ke se itumelang gape ke go bona le bone banana ba tla ka dipalo tse dintsi ke bona gore ba itumela motshameko mme bile ba simola go rata ka gore le bona go tla re ka moso ba kgone go bona itshetso ka one
madia ha ba ntse ba una yana ba le mo mabelong ke tsela ngwe e leng gore ba ka kgona gore ba itshetsa ka one ko malapeng a bone kana ba thuse ba ko malapeng a bone jaanong re lela le go gone ministry wa rona wa sport gore sport se ba se lebelle ba se godi
ne nka rotloetsa mongwe le mongwe especially batho ba Lotlhakane bomme ba Lotlhakane ka ke tsere ke motho a mme gore nne ra go tego mabelo a dipitse di suitsinyana magunyanyana motho a tla go ema bana ba kgona go lalela.
The residents were further encouraged to take part in community activities, especially ones meant to improve their lives and those geared towards bringing them together as a community. Tatoranna, BTV News, Lotlhakane East.
Well, that is the news this hour. To stay with us, Jose Honkwe on standby to give you an update on the sport news. Jose, it's your turn. Take it over.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Olivile, and greetings to you all. As he has already mentioned, I'm Jose Honkwe bringing to you Botswana Tonight sports news. And with that, let's get straight into it and kickstart with the First Division updates. Junior Stars aims to complete a remarkable win to gain automatic promotion to the Premier League as they take on Muchurisand Chiefs on Saturday. According to the team's chairman, Banyatsi Khaidi, says their focus is already at the elite league. Katlaho Khakule has more details.
The chairman went on to say, after failing to gain automatic promotion to the Elite League last season, they introspected and mapped the way forward to ensure success in the 2023-2024 campaign, which will become a reality should they win their weekend fixture against Centre Chiefs. The club official also stressed that they also complied with all the requirements for that club to play their trade at the Elite League, including club licensing, which is a major requirement for all the clubs campaigning in the Premier League.
For this coming season, we believe we'll be in the Premier League. We are left with 3 games. We need 3 points, so we believe we'll qualify for we'll get promoted to the Elite League. We are very prepared. We are not new to. We know a club licensing is essential, so we are very prepared to satisfy club licensing requirements that are very essential for Premier League.
For his part, Young Stars coach Andrew Clough says even though they are 7 points clear at the summit of the log, they will continue fighting as they know how tough and competitive First Division League is. He also said he is grateful for all the hard work his players put in this current campaign and expect them to put in the same effort when they host Centre Chiefs this weekend, as they know they are a tough side capable of spoiling their party. Young Stars lost 1-0 to the Catlin Giants in the first round.
We have built that strong mentality into the boys to know where we are here in this division, South. It's not a joke. You need to work hard, because hard work is everything. Without hard work, you cannot achieve anything. Even in your personal life, unfortunately, Centre Chiefs is one of the teams they beat us first round. Since I started this league, I've not lost to a team twice. So I don't see myself losing the Centre Chiefs on Saturday. It won't happen.
A win tomorrow will see Young Stars being crowned the champions with 3 games remaining, while Chiefs on the other hand also need maximum points to also stand a mathematical chance to finish second, provided Botswana Football League's rules in their favor in the case between them and the First Division South League Committee. Katlaho Kakwele, PTV Sport.
Now into Orange FA Cup updates. Police 11 will clash with UB Hawks in the quarterfinals of the Orange FA Cup on Saturday at the National Stadium in a battle for a semi-final spot in the Prestigious Cup. Promosos Fako has more details.
Both teams will be looking to have their first Orange FA Cup trophy in their cabinets, more so that it is also the only real opportunity for both sides to get some silverware this season. The Jungle Kings, on the other hand, go into the game after a 2-1 loss to Premier League leaders Johnny Galaxy. Nasan Ribile's side have found it tough in front goal in recent games, having narrowly won their last FA Cup game against Kumare-based City Kings by a solitary goal in the round of 16. Police 11 assistant coach Beso Pius says it's important to get a win in the weekend's encounter, as that will play a significant role in resurrecting the season.
We know the importance of this game, more especially that we haven't been doing well more leaguing, so it's very important for us to get a result over the weekend. A morale booster for us going back into the league. So I would say the team is ready. All the players are back. We don't have any injuries. And we are focused. We've been trying to work on the mental strength these boys, because we've been losing games. The previous stage in the team was second division, and they fought. They gave us a price we had to pay to get the results on the day. So we expect UB Hawks game, more especially that the venue that we'll be using, they are familiar with it, so we can't say we have advantage over them because of the venue. They know the venue and we know what to expect. We had a chance to go and watch their game weekend in Hitai, though we know the league game is very different from game Cup.
UB Hawks, who ply their trade in the First Division South League, have been on decent form recently and are currently 4th on the log standings. Alex Malete's side booked themselves a spot in the quarterfinals after knocking out VTM FC in the penalty shootout.
Cup game in the league, but we prepared. We played VTM last 16. Compared our police, the whole Premier League teams. So we will try to handle police the same way we handle VTA. I talk about the Premier League team. So obviously, more pressure than us. But they are not doing very well. But still, like you, I talk about the Premier League team. So we will try and prepare for win a match and go hello. We because looking at our game against Black Forest, I think we created a lot of chances, but a game against Joanna Youngsters, same thing happened.
The game is scheduled for National Stadium at 3:30 on Saturday. Khomozo Sefako, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
After the 1-0 draw in the Botswana Premier League encounter played last weekend, Township Rollers and Orapa United will face off again, this time the Orange FA Cup quarterfinals match scheduled for the National Stadium on Saturday evening. Katlaho Khakule has more details of the game.
Township Rollers coach Innocent Morapedi highlighted that it is never easy playing the Orapa outfit, and since both teams are out of the league race, they are all eyeing the Orange FA Cup championship this season.
But in reality, the cup and the league games are never the same. The approach won't be the same. But despite the difference of the approach, one thing that we want to do is to progress. But for this stage to progress, it means winning. We have to win. That's our desire. Without undermining Orapa, but it's our desire to go forward.
Township Rollers captain Simisane Matumo said the mood in the camp is high and the boys know the importance of winning the quarterfinal game against Orapa United.
Because right now I'm not saying we are not competing for the league, but right now it's not in our hands. We don't have control over it, but Maduaro na gota tswa mo go rona gore ra wina kana yengwe ya league gore re ba mo gore team yengwe je yengwe go digaleng go diragana so far ke yone cup e gore re tsa re ke yone mo matsogong a rona.
The Ostriches, on the other hand, go into the quarterfinals, knowing very well that the Orange FA Cup is their only hope, having fallen off the league race on the 6th position in the log standings. Orapa United coach Hadisa Mantiso says they are eyeing a win on Saturday as their target is to win the Orange FA Cup.
Yeah, we played Rollers weekend in a league game, and we are facing them again in a cup game. Obviously, from the past game, there were a lot of positives and negatives, and we are working really hard this week to improve our positives as well as to close on our negatives to improve them. And yeah, going to this game, obviously, it's a different approach, different energy. We'll like to go into this game with a very positive approach to play the Orapa way.
The Orange FA Cup quarterfinal game between Township Rollers and Orapa United will be the last of a double-header scheduled for Saturday. The game will be played in the evening after the UB Hawks and Police 11 game, which will kick off at 15:30. Katlaho Kakwele, BTV Sport, Tlokweng.
In their endeavor to develop local junior golfers, the Delta Sport Institute, in collaboration with the Botswana Golf Union, hosted a junior golf championship at the Stambik Golf Course last weekend. Michelle Sukopo has more details.
Even though this year's Junior Championships edition experienced a drop in the number of participants, all went well as Botswana's Hamza Mohammed and Arthur Lawson from South Africa played exceptionally well and secured a spot at the Sanlamia Junior African Championships that will be held in Durban in August this year. The duo will also compete at the Champion of Champions tournament later this year in Ireland.
We had 56 players signed up, which is less than what we had last year. We experienced, from a junior perspective, high-level quality golf. There were two standout players, one of them based here in Botswana, Hamza Mohammed. Then we had the second player who played is Arthur Lawson. He's based in South Africa.
Delta Sport Institute has been awarded the rights to host the Junior Championships next year, April, where they will host 30 to 40 countries.
We're now able to host this tournament next year in April, the Delta Junior Championship, which we think we will have kids from maybe 30 or 40 countries around the world.
Overall, golf has made a mark as one of the few sporting codes that got a BNSC sponsorship for two of their best players, Yone Mokgatle and Lerako Molefe, who are in the USA on elite sponsorship. Michelle Sekopo, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And that is all that we had for you from Botswana Tonight's Sports Desk. Until we meet tomorrow, have a blessed night. Now let me bring him back to Ulibile Samuka to give you the headlines.
Thank you, Josejo. Let's do this again tomorrow.
Oh yes, definitely tomorrow.
All right. Now, before we wrap it up, let's take a reminder of our top stories. Stanbic Bank releases 1 million pula to fund small businesses and startups. Government has amended the Bill of Human Trafficking Act of 2014. Police 11 to face off UB Hawks in the quarterfinals of the Orange FA Cup. Well, that is all that we had for you this hour. To stay with us. Weather is up next.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Lydia Watercom. Looking at the current satellite image, clear skies are visible over most parts of the country. Tomorrow, expecting clear skies over most parts of the country except southern center and northeast, so expecting partly cloudy conditions clearing later. Fresh to strong is expected over Kalahari district, therefore the public is advised to take necessary precautions. In the morning, we're expecting warm temperatures over Ngamiland and northern central, ranging between 15 and 17 degrees Celsius. Also expecting mild temperatures between 8 and 13 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, we're expecting hot temperatures over Ngamiland and Chobe district with 31 degrees Celsius over most areas. Also expecting warm temperatures ranging between 27 and 30 degrees Celsius. On Sunday, we're expecting clear skies over the entire country with hot temperatures in the afternoons over Ngamiland and Chobe district. Also expecting warm temperatures. That's the weather forecast. Good night.
Edition of Eye on SADC. Mauritian economy forecast a growth of 6.5% for 2024. Ministry of Public Service in Eswatini to train all civil servants. And EU holds workshop for investigating officers.